Just got back from fabric shopping. I love looking at all the new fabrics, quilt, and garment patterns. And yes, like you, I tend to have multiple ongoing projects which multiply over time and pile up, and who can find anything? How do you keep all those UFOs together until you get back to it? Well, I got to thinking about it. And yes, I could purchase project bags and store all the parts and pieces in a project, but wait. The shops that I visited all gave me these wonderful non-woven polypropylene bags. Why not use the same bag for the project? Just add a couple of zippers and a piece of clear vinyl. Okay, so I've chosen a bag first that opens at the top and is long. You can do a bag this way as well. It works the same way. All right, so there's my bag. But I'm going to open the bag up by simply cutting off the stitching along the side. On the inside, I can take this piece that I cut out and we could turn this into a pocket. Now you don't have to finish the edges because guess what? It's non-woven, so it's not going to ravel or anything. So I could just make this into a pocket, just stitch this all the way around. That gives me another little pocket to put something in. So let's go ahead and take that to the machine right now and do that. So I'm going to take that bottom piece where it's got this fold this way, and I'm actually going to fold it in the opposite direction. Now you can take this to the iron, but you're going to have to use a cool iron because it will melt. It's plastic. So I've just pressed that a little bit with my fingers like so. Fold this back to the right side, and we're going to fold this up like this. And notice my bag still matches. And then I'm going to take my vinyl and I'm going to lay the polypropylene piece that I just folded right over top of the edge of my vinyl. I'm going to take this to the machine and we're going to sew this. Now I'm only going to go through the vinyl and the fold. I am not going to go through the bag at this time. Now with the vinyl against the stitch plate, I'm going to open up my zipper and run my zipper face down onto the vinyl. Now I'm just following the cut edge of my vinyl with the zipper tape. All right, so I've moved my needle position. I've got it at 7.6 actually, with my foot resting against my teeth, okay? And the vinyl folded away from the zipper teeth, because I don't want my zipper pull to get stuck in there either, so I don't want it too close. Okay, and that stitches my vinyl down so my zipper pull can go right back through there and not have the issue of getting caught on the pull on the vinyl itself when it's being worked. All right, the last thing we're going to do with the zipper, we're going to now close it up. And we're going to fold it's easier for you to see here. Okay, so I've just closed up my zipper. I'm going to fold up my bottom so that I know exactly where that's going to be. This is going to tell me where my zipper is going to be placed. So I'm going to make sure that I have my vinyl all laid out, and we're just going to stitch through the one layer and put that right through. Handle didn't want to get out of the way. put that right through and just stitch through the top part. There we go. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to do is just run a stitch. Get this all lined up. Okay. I will pull my zipper tab back down away from my presser foot to start. Drop my presser foot, and I'm going to go back to center needle position. Now I know you think, wait a minute, you got a zipper foot on, but there's actually a hole in the center, and I'm going to use that to my benefit because it's not going to stitch or break the needle. It's actually going to stitch right down the center of the presser foot. Now as I get to the zipper pull, I'm going to stop with my needle down, move the zipper pull past my presser foot. There we go. And continue the rest of the way across the bag. Now remember, I'm only going through one layer. I am not going through the other side of the bag at this time, or I'd stitch my whole bag closed. That's not what I want. And again, I'm using my zipper foot. I've still got it in the center position, which will work fine for what I'm doing. And I want to ride the edge of my foot against the edge of my zipper tape mount. My zipper is face down, so my coil here is going to go against the bag. Okay? And I'm just going to back stitch as I get to that white mark to finish it off. Now we'll do the other side. Now this could be done on a serger as well if you wanted, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it off with my bias binding. Now this is still the narrow double fold, okay? So you can see here where it's got 2 folds in. Okay? And all I'm going to do is open one side out. I'm still got my zipper foot on. You can change that if you prefer. I'm going to give myself about an inch beyond the end of my bag here, and I'm just going to go ahead and stitch on that fold again. And it ends up being, believe it or not, the width of my presser foot. So if I put the edge of my presser foot along the cut edge of my bag and just open up this little fold, I'm going to be stitching right where I want it to be. Back stitch at the very beginning at the top of the bag to lock it, trim it, and then you're going to leave yourself again about an inch longer than the bag for fold over and finishing. Now I'm going to do that on both sides. Then to finish the bag, I'm going to take this edge here and I'm going to fold it down right over top of the end and then fold it back on itself again, just like we did when we finished off the zipper before. And I'm going to use my little stylus to help me with it because it's small pieces. There we go. And we're just going to go ahead and stitch through all these layers to finish off this edge. And that's going to finish off that end of the zipper as well. So we're just going to go down the complete side of the bag. Okay, so I'm going to fold up the end onto itself, then fold the whole piece over, and that's going to finish off the raw edge at the same time as I finish my bag. And we're just going to back stitch this bit. So that gives me that nice finish on the inside of my bag that's completely covered with my bias. And we'll do that for both sides. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and turn the bag right side out. So I can take my project, my pattern, put that into the front of my pocket. I can go and open my main center section in here, and I can include all my fabric pieces. And if there were any trims or anything special like that that I might have to have, I've got those nice little deep pockets on the inside. So if I wanted to take this to my my shop in order to do the project at the store, I could slip in my scissors or whatever else I might like to do in there. And then I'm just going to close this all up so it's ready to go. And I've got my project all in its own little bag, and I can keep my sewing room, hopefully, a little straighter and a little cleaner. Thank you for dropping in. Don't forget to stop by your local dealer for any of the supplies shown in today's video. I've got to get sewing and make up all those bags into new projects. Maybe then I can finish some of my UFOs. I'm Susan Anderson, and this is Susan So Creative, where it's only wrong when it doesn't work.